Good afternoon. My name is Jack C. and I'm 77 years of age and I'm a retired electrical engineer. I bumped into my first indication that I was experiencing pain in my legs about 5 years ago. As a typical male, I did not address the issue right away, but after a period of time, it became more and more severe and interfered with sleep and my general habits of daily living. I made a decision to pursue a medical approach. I had privileges at the VA and also through healthcare plan. So I pursued it. They diagnosed it. Went to a neurologist and they diagnosed it as being peripheral neuropathy. Unfortunately, there's really no known cures except the general practice is to provide gabapentin anywhere from 100 milligrams to 900 milligrams. So I worked myself through the process of increasing the medication until after about the end of 2017, I discovered myself taking 900 milligrams of gabapentin on a daily basis, but unfortunately having no relief. As a matter of fact, I started to experience balance-related issues and severe sleeping problems, getting up 2 or 3 times a night and being up for hours at times when the pain was so severe. Gabapentin is the general practice of the medical field, okay, in order to provide some form of relief for neuropathy. But being from an engineering background, I decided to do research on the internet, and the internet is a blessed solution if you have a comprehensive understanding of what the limitations of all the treatment. Believe it or not, my first treatment was massive doses of vitamin B. It was inexpensive. It resulted in the physician at the VA telling me I had a massive dose of vitamin B and I had to stop taking it. At that particular point in time, I went to a medical doctor through my healthcare plan and he recommended the gabapentin. Well, the gabapentin never really gave me any relief. If I were experiencing a pain level of approximately 7 or 8 during the day, I had to get off my feet. I was concerned about falling at that particular point in time, and this started to occur 3 years into the program. So I went right back to the internet, and unfortunately, the internet does not qualify any of the solutions that are being advocated through the promotional activities and things of that nature. I realized that there may have been lots of suggestions, and without having the medical background, I won't refer to them as being bogus, but they didn't work. They just simply did not work. So about August of 2018, I started to lose my ability to work out on a 3 times a week basis. And of course that brings with it weight gain and things of that nature. And so I was blessed with reading an article on chiropractic medicine. And the article was very positive, but having never experienced it and being of a scientific background, I was just a little reluctant to pursue it. But fortunately, thanks to Facebook, I bumped into a point where I needed to find an answer just to sleep on a daily basis at a reasonable number of hours. At that time, I decided to attend a seminar that was sponsored by Epic and given by Dr. Brown. And it was a very relaxing environment. It was not typical from my marketing background, a heavy full pressure, full court press on joining the program. It was presented as an alternative to traditional medical solutions. I was very enthusiastic at the beginning, and I think at times I might have even interfered with the pace that Dr. Brown was trying to keep, but it was an exciting adventure, and I felt that it was the answer to a possible solution, since I had basically failed in all other solutions to give myself some reasonable relief. There's no real cure for neuropathy, but there is an opportunity, to reduce pain at a significant level and to basically participate in the normal task of daily living, including workouts and things of that nature. The next thing I made a decision to do was to come over and take a comprehensive interview with the the chiropractic staff, and we spent the better part of 3 or 4 hours just analyzing the different possibilities that might be impacting the neuropathy. Came back several days later, we did a thorough analysis of all of the x-rays and things of that nature, and discussed the processes that were going to be used in order to address the neuropathy. And I came back, and what's amazing about this environment, the medical environment is saturated with its share of problems and having a lot of overworked people and understaffed and things of that nature. When I came into Epic, the first thing I recognized after a brief period of time was that Epic was a professional, friendly, and business-like environment. Now, everybody understands the professional part of it. That usually has an educational component attached to it. And professional, everybody expects that healthcare, and whether it be chiropractic or medical, is professional. But the business-like is an interesting observation. I have never had to wait. I have never sat around and waited for literally hours, before I could participate in the treatment program. It's a very efficient system, and it's managed by people who are friendly. And friendly is important. You build a relationship with the staff. You need to feel comfortable of expressing pleasure and displeasure. I have never, in the period of 4 weeks that I've participated in the therapy, have had any displeasure. And that's very unusual when you start talking about healthcare and its related issues. I have watched the staff members at Epic work very effectively together. I have never seen a staff member be disappointed being asked to do something that may have been outside of her job description, but was very helpful to maintaining the schedules for the patients and so on. I have never observed a patient unhappy with the therapy. And it's amazing. The patients run from teenagers all the way up through myself, and I'm 77 years of age, so I have walked in these shoes for some period of time. I would not hesitate. Let me go back a minute. As far as the treatment programs, and I think this is important for other people considering the treatment, I have taken my pain level from 9 down to, as I would say, 4.5. I don't know where to go, I'm feeling even better, but since this is the first time I've had to measure pain on a scale, it's a little difficult to find out what the difference between 5 and 4.5, so we've kind of developed a funny scenario by using a digit and a decimal point. I would not hesitate, and I still have several weeks to go before I complete my treatment program. But I would not hesitate today to recommend EPIC to a person who has been a patient in a medical system and has not experienced the relief that he or she felt that they would be a part of through a traditional medical system. Because the medical system can't deal with rejuvenating veins and arteries and things of that nature. I think the biggest solution that I can identify right now without completing the therapy is that I don't wake up every night 3 or 4 times. And it might be a fringe benefit of the treatment program, but I can reassure you, okay, the restful sleep, the peaceful sleep has accelerated my recovery from a situation that seemed a little jaundiced 5 years ago.